750, 755, the market started moving higher. And so I put out a trade in the TNT, and it was to go long. And I was sitting there, and that was on the E-mini. And then I was sitting there and I was thinking this is going to be a very positive outcome. So what stock would benefit? I said, I think I'll buy Tesla. And so I put an order to buy Tesla, and I couldn't get the order filled. And again, it's about 750, 755. Well, I found out today that particular broker shuts down taking orders at 755. And I thought it was like Thinkorswim and other brokers that would go to 8. And anyway, long story short, those 200 shares, if I'd have bought them, which I tried to buy, I got the orders to prove it, would have made me $6,000 today. And so just thinking about that mistake never shows up anywhere, but it sure doesn't show up in my back pocket. So you really got to know, if you're using a broker, you got to know when you place orders and you can't place orders. So that's just something that on me for not knowing that at 755 they cut off taking orders. But when I think of the opportunity, I don't know if you noticed the financial stocks took off today. XLF, which is an index, was very strong. And then Bitcoin, and you can play that through coin, it was up huge today. But the one I got the biggest kick about, because I guess if you've been listening to me at all this year, I like Berkshire Hathaway. And you talk about being so tied up in the short-term stuff that Berkshire was up $23 today, and I didn't even know it. I was so busy. So it was a heck of a day today, and I'm happy I got to participate in it. Tomorrow, you go through the process, and right now you see, if you're looking at the reference bars, right now the market is correcting a little bit, but not much. And so we got to see if that continues throughout the night into tomorrow. But it's very interesting that wonderful world of opportunity going into tomorrow. And I put on one trade today. You got the Fed meeting, like Chuck mentioned, happens tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon. And by the way, if you're a member of DTItrader.com/YouTube, you'll get an invitation. I'll be live tomorrow afternoon when the Fed's doing their thing. So that's a big report and a big meeting. So I go live through YouTube. Henry keeps up with it. Henry's one of our students, but pretty
And
much,
you're only going to do that on YouTube, T-Paz?
yeah,
Okay.
tomorrow on YouTube, the
I'm going
Fed
to
meeting.
repost that link so y'all make sure y'all get joined.
Yeah, because YouTube is, we're trying to build it up, and that's a good way to bring new people in, and everybody gets a little bonus because I like to trade the Fed live, but I'm going to do that on YouTube. So let's get started tonight. I hope everybody's doing great. I got to tell you, I stayed up last night. Uh, let's just have some fun here before I do get started. How late did you stay up last night? I'll tell you how late I stayed up after y'all post a little bit. Tell me how late y'all stayed up last night. Laurel said 4 a.m. Ken, 2 p.m. Mountain Time. 3 a.m. 2:30, 2:30. 10 p.m. You went to bed early, John. Steve was up 4 a.m. Yeah, I was up to 4 a.m. myself. And so I stayed up too. I just couldn't, I didn't want to miss anything. And it was quite an evening. Before I get into it, one of my pet peeves is paying taxes on Social Security. I've been paying that Social Security stuff since I was 16. That'd be like a big bonus if we got that through Congress. That's one reason I'd like to see the Congress get settled and start having a lot of fun in the next 4 years. Gonna be good news for everybody, I think, at the end of the day. Get these wars canceled and everything else. Yeah, I had some people out west stayed up too. Wow. I got a lot of love letters today for people because we pretty much uh, had some pretty good advice on what happened and really some good success stories. I love hearing the Chuck mention it. I really love you know, hearing some of those stories. It was pretty great. It really was. All right, let's get going. I know everybody's tired, but I've got something good to talk about tonight. And thank you for being here. Like I said, join Telegram, join my YouTube channel. Risks involved in trading, we'll always talk about that. Do you due diligence, and past performance is not indicative. Now, for those who don't know, I'm a former Air Force officer, active trader since the 70s, former member of Chicago Mercantile Exchange. Have 3 books. I encourage you, let me tell you this, I encourage you to get The Markets Never Sleep off Amazon. New York Stock Exchange is going to go live 22 hours a day, and that book is about 20 years ahead of its time. Has anybody read that book? Markets Never Sleep. Try to get you a copy. In my opinion, you have to have a process when you trade, and you got to gauge that process according to your own goals. There's where the market stands right now, up 23% for the E-mini, 22 for the NASDAQ, 15 for the Dow, 13 for Europe. Gold's up 28%, had a little deeper correction than I gave it credit for, but then I'll explain that in a second. Crude's flat and bonds are down 6%. Bonds went positive to give you some idea how much bonds have reversed. I got looking at gold and I was trying to think, it looked like a normal correction, but I think there was more there in the fact that there might be a little war premium that was in gold, and that war premium was taken out last night. And that's why gold was a little bit more defensive than I gave it credit. It'll be back, but the point is, that's why you got sort of an acceleration in the gold and precious metals market. Now, there's my 10 tickers right there. Let's say that anybody here attend Sunday night? Let me ask that question. Anybody attend Sunday night? You never know when somebody puts one of these slides up there. That's why you got to pay attention and listen. But if you attended Sunday night, you saw my 10 tickers. What if you'd have bought the QQQ options on it above 487.55? Does anybody know where that QQQ is today? I want you to think about this. About $2,000 per one contract of options. It's at tonight, the QQQ is at 505. Don't ever miss a Sunday night when I put out my 10 tickers. Berkshire, 455. If you look at it, Berkshire's at 468. DJT, 37.55, went to 55. NVIDIA, I actually got long today, closed at 145.30. And gold, 255.75. Gold is at 245 right now. So gold's not singing any music right now, but that's just an idea. Okay. The rest of them, basically, were non-players. Keep your eye on that XLE. If it goes above or below 87.55, I do think that's going to be a play. XLE. What a slide. That slide ought to have dollar bills popping out of it. I hope y'all are using it every Sunday night when I put it out. How many people get as much satisfaction out of the 10 tickers as I do on Sunday night watching it pay? Really narrows things down for you, doesn't it? Let's talk about a way to take care of some big opportunities in the market. $10 trades. And when I talk about that, I'm talking about find time for a dime. I love this strategy. I think out of everything I do, this is one of my favorite strategies. Not a hypothetical back test, not some risky penny stock gamble, but take a look at some of the real trades we've seen play out with me finding these opportunities. 37% overnight on September 11th, not a bad play. What I like about find time for a dime, you can scale it at certain times and really hit some home runs. Pretty good stuff, really, when you think about it. Now, I like this one here, 100% overnight. 122%. Folks, does everybody understand if you buy an option for 10 cents and it takes off, you can really take that dollar investment and really make it sing? I love this. And these are not day trades, these are like overnight. Pretty good stuff. 122%. These are real live examples where 1,000 will turn into 25.90 in pure profit. I'll be putting it on again tomorrow. And now it's the perfect time to get started with this new way. Nobody focuses on this. I started doing it and I started out with a little bit higher price. I said, I think these 10-cent options make a lot of sense. Gold, you play it both up and down. 30%, we took advantage of that with a lot of these 10-cent options. We've been on the move from the very beginning with this 10-cent option. I remember I told people back in Valentine's Day, gold had made a low for the year. Look what happened next. That's a pretty good call here in 2024. You got to stay focused where the markets get hot. Always an opportunity. It's going to be one tomorrow. I hope you take it. Gold and prices above 3,000. It's happening. Pretty big when you think about it. We got a lot more to go on gold, and what's happening now is just that air pocket I talk about, going to create a big opportunity. Big opportunity. Time before that went up 1,000%. These are real numbers, but most people play entirely wrong. We'll get to that in a second. Opportunity number 2, energy. Folks, I'm going to give you my opinion on energy. I think energy is going to fall. The cost of crude oil is going to go down for Americans. I believe that. And I'm watching it real close. Can you imagine catching one of these energy falls with a 10-cent option? What's going to happen? It's opportunity when you got these kind of things happening. Pretty good stuff. Every sector you think of. Now, I've traded energy throughout my career with a ton of success. I remember back in 2022, we saw an opportunity like that. I told everybody, focus on energy when the rest of the world was coming apart. Energy Plus made a bunch of money. CVX, 25% return. PSX, a 12% return. I think we've done a good job hitting these home runs and grinds, both up and down, if you get it laid out. I'll help you with that. That's what I specialize in, direction. All this is about to heat up as we go forward. Policy is going to be great, but I believe the price will eventually fall out of bed. When you go to the gas tank, you're going to think, man, I'm getting a big discount filling this car up today. Sounds good. I think the words will be drill, baby, drill. I think he'll do everything he can to put American Oil Company back on the map around the globe. Big moves. The gears are starting to turn. Pay attention. It'll turn into the hottest sector. Now, most people won't know what to do or how to squeeze this leverage. It's going to be a huge opportunity for people. Gold and oil, these safe havens are going to be very lucrative places to make money. Pretty interesting. Volatility is what we're looking for with these small, fine times for a dime. Now, I'm ready if you are to take advantage of it. Look at some of these percentage movements. Like in a period of 4 or 5 days, this happens. When they move, we can trade it. Huge opportunity on gold. You know, the interesting part is when you step back and think about it, it's not which direction they go, it's how you position yourself at the right time in a very volatile market. Clearly, you back away from it. Is gold volatile? Yeah, it's volatile. Is crude volatile? Yes, it's very volatile. That is something that can be feasted on by you, the trader. A lot of time. Gold, cash on super cheap option, more on that. 33% same day. Clear opportunity. So how do you do it? What you do is turn it upside down. Everybody heard of time decay? Hidden power makes options move against you when the stock seems to be going in your favor. Wall Street price options based on time decay. The less time you have for your option bets come true, the less it costs. And on gold, these short-term options are really cheap because folks still think gold is a slow and steady asset. By focusing on this area, I'm talking about 10-cent options and below, you can have some huge wins on gold and other volatile assets. Look what happened on August 12th, 10 cents to 13 cents, 1,000 into 1,300. Dime options don't need to move much to make a big percentage return. 50% on June 12th. This is real stuff, folks. This is the way it works. September the 18th, 10 to 20. Now, how do you know which options to trade? That's the key. You just can't go buy any 10-cent option. You just can't go buying up any old option out there. Which options to pick and when? That's the key. Now, we got a master class setting up to get everybody positioned next Monday, 10 o'clock. That's going to be 10:30, by the way. We got 10 there, but 10:30. I started giving myself an extra 30 minutes on those classes because I got a lot better reach by having that extra 30 minutes. We're going to go through how to find those options on gold. How valuable will that be? But not just gold, SPY, QQQ. Like September the 18th, a 10 to 20. Dime trade on the SPY. I love those returns. That's our best trade ever, 122%. Now, through our masterclass, I'll walk you through exactly how to find those kind of options and give you a complete list of tickers to look for these 10-cent options. Normally, a class like this, $4.97 minimum. Anybody that signs up tonight will get it free if you join my Find Time for a Dime trading service. Find Time for a Dime. 10-cent options, overlooked opportunity. That's where I like to go in the market right now. We'll send you trade alerts on these while we're training you to find some yourself. You'll see how they work Tuesday through Friday. And the opportunities, when you spot one, we'll send it straight to you. We'll send you an email, SMS message, and a telegram. We got even a telegram channel for this. Let you know when there's a new trade available. Look it over, follow the instructions. No complicated stuff, just straight calls, straight puts. Pretty simple. Do I have a lot of people here that's in this program, love it like I do? Let me ask that question before I go any further. Who loves Find Time for a Dime? Yeah, I get a lot of, I love it, love it, love it. I do too. You know, one of my best days of the year happened on that big sell-off. I had a QQQ Find Time for a Dime. That sucker, I bought it for a dime. I sold it for $3 or $4. I say 3 or 4 because I had 300 of it, which doesn't sounds like a huge amount, but it was only 10 cents an option. Incredible win. 34% overnight, 50%, 33% same day, 100% overnight. I like those. 122% overnight. Now, we've got this one priced right, so get involved. Incredible things from our top people here from Glenn. He loves it because I teach you to let the uneducated pay for your education. I know that when you first hear this, what's that guy talking about scholarships? What I'm talking about is if you're very smart with what I teach you, you go into the marketplace, participate, and let somebody else pay for your education. It's a funding source, that education and knowledge. Karen said, can't go wrong if you join me. You always get more than I say. And this is a great program you got to be part of. We can charge any amount because it's worth it because it scales out. Skip all that. Let's get to the price of Find Time for a Dime. Now, Let's make it an absolute no-brainer right here. First 50 trades, take that off the regular price. Find time for a dime. The power of the system's for you. We'll sponsor those first 50. How do we do that? 50 times a dime is 500. Knock another off your access price right now. That makes $19.95 for 1 year of Find Time for a dime. But where we go after years up, I hope you like what Deborah had to say. Look at what she had to say. She bought 45 590 calls at 9 cents. Sold it the next day for over 100% gain. Talking about this sector, if you're not trading Find Time for a dime, you're missing out. Pretty nice little love letter there from Deborah. They're about to get really special too, where we are in this season. So let's do it right. We're going to upgrade your subscription free of charge tonight. When you join, not for 1 year, we'll give you lifetime access to my Find Time for a dime. I hope they didn't knock it down too cheap. That's a lot of work on my hat. You'll be joined. A one-time payment of $19.95, access every dime trade I ever sent. Boy, that's cheap. That's pretty sweet. Time. Chicken, fish, or steak. You need to decide. Just click the link in the chat. Let's get started. Take the lifetime. Adam, drop that link. And how about some top questions about Find Time for a dime first? The idea came from years ago when I was a teenager in Warner Robins, Georgia. When we went to the theater on Wednesday night in the summer, we'd pile in for 10 cents. We could fill up that whole car. Find Time for a dime. Now I think they made their money on the popcorn and Coke, but we had a ball getting in those cars. That's where the idea came. Might have started there, but some of the biggest wins this year come from Find Time for a dime. 34% overnight, 50% in a few days, 33 same day. You reel off a few of these and you start saying, whoa, that's how you leverage options. 100% overnight, 122% overnight. Get started. Take the lifetime approach tonight with Find Time for a dime. How much money you need to trade with? Well, how big should you count? What I would do in the Find Time for a dime program, I'd start out about making $200 trades. $200, what I'd start out. And then after I hit a few, I'd go up to 400, 500, then I'd get to 1,000. And then when you can lay out 1,000 on these things, you really are going to be in the major leagues with Find Times for a dime. You got to be an option expert to do these. These are straight, going up, going down, off markets that are very volatile. I'll teach you how to find them through the master class. They average about 2 per week. That's over 100 trades in a year. 100 dimes. Time to take action. Join the VIP lifetime membership right now for $19.95. Now, I'm going to tell you something. If you're not part of this program, the reason I brought it up tonight because we get love letter after love letter off this program because people love Find Time for a dime. Easy at 10 cents when you start thinking about a level bet in a volatile market. Any questions you have about Find Time for a dime? And we got the Fed tomorrow, and there's a chance I'll be doing a Find Time for a dime trade. Did one today. What do you think? You gonna join? You gonna get part of this? You're going to be a lifetime member if you do. Find time for a dime. Let's make it happen. Any questions at all? It's going to be a good day tomorrow. Be part of it. You got gold moving down. Right now, energy's trying to go higher. If it breaks, it's going to be a big fine dime for a dime trade. Here's how it works. I go find an option in some volatile market that we can take advantage of. You place the trade, you set the order to get out, and the next thing you know, guess what? Pretty cool. Jim says, this is a heck of a deal. Anytime I can get lifetime, I take it. No, it's not. This is different than the 25 cent. This is the fine time for a dime. Lisa says, what is the success rate? Lisa, it's going to be somewhere about 4 out of 5 they're going to be hitting. And what I've learned about it, they better hit pretty quick. You don't have to wait a long time for fine time for a dime. Karen, talk to, if you want to upgrade, talk to Barbara at DTI Trader or talk to Andrak at DTI Trader. They'll get you upgraded. It's a heck of a deal. Take it. Fine time for a dime membership for fine time. Jim says he's averaging more than this on many than fine times for a dime. Well, it doesn't take a lot, does it? If you get a 10-cent option and you get the direction right, and let's just say any ticker will do, I say any ticker that's got the chance to really move during a certain time period, usually about 72 hours, you'll know. Kelly, Rochelle needs a call. Newbar, I'd have to look at your membership. Chat with Kelly. She'll let you know. Make sure you're part of it. Well, folks, there's more to go tomorrow. Do not. I got a friend, I got to tell you a story. He's a tennis player. Would y'all say today was one of the biggest days in history? Today? Would you say that? I made sure today I didn't have any outside meetings because I wanted to be in front of this day. And boy, what a day. What a day. Tomorrow's going to be the same way. I would make sure that you were able to focus. I'm going to do something on the next outing with Find Time for a Dime that I do a couple multiples on Find Time for a Dime. Couple tickers, very volatile, that are moving with Find Time. Have a couple of these working at the same time. We're going to call it a double hitter. Y'all like that, all you Find Time for a Dime people? I'm going to find 2 of them in the same afternoon. Why not have twice as much? What was that gum they used to have the commercial? Was it double? Was it double? What was the name of that gum they used to advertise? We're gonna have a double day with Fine Time for a Dime. And I got it. Now I got some fun I can have. Double mint, that's right. Double mint, Sid. Absolutely. Well, folks, it's been great being with you. Tune in, be part of this. Tomorrow, Jonathan, I'm going to find 2 Fine Time for a Dime trades tomorrow for everybody. We're going to double their pleasure and double their fun. All these VIPs going to get started. We got a wonderful opportunity. We're going to take advantage of it. As I always say, see you on the flip side.